Top of the day, beautiful people. Top of the day. Betwabu, betwabu. Sawubola. These hair on top of my head. Alright, y'all. Today. It is Saturday, day 184. And we are starting a new book. I don't know what it is. Jeremiah. And let's get right to it, y'all. Alicia, yeah. We are in Jeremiah chapter 1. All right, y'all. The words of Jeremiah, the son of Hilkiah, of the priests that were in Anathoth in the land of Benjamin, to whom the word of Yahuwah came in the days of Josiah, the son of Ammon, king of Judah, in the 13th year of his reign. It came also in the days of Jehoiakim, the son of Josiah, king of Judah, unto the end of the 11th year of Zedekiah, the son of Josiah, the king of Judah, unto the carrying away of Jerusalem captive in the 5th month. Then the word of Yahuwah came unto me, saying, before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee, and before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. Then I said, Yahuwah, behold, I cannot speak, for I am a child. But Yahuwah said unto me, say not, I am a child, for thou shalt go to all that I send thee, and whatsoever I command thee, thou shalt speak. Be not afraid of their faces, for I am with thee to deliver thee, saith Yahuwah. Then Yahuwah put forth his hand and touched my mouth. And Yahuwah said unto me, behold, I have put my words in your mouth. See, I have this day set thee over the nations and over kingdoms, to root out and to pull down and to destroy and to throw down, to build and to plant. Moreover, the word of Yahuwah came unto me, saying, Jeremiah, what seest thou? And I said, I see a rod of an almond tree. Then said Yahuwah unto me, thou hast seen well, for I will hasten my word to perform it. Then the word of Yahuwah came unto me a second time, saying, what seest thou? And I said, I see a seething pot, and the face thereof. And I said, I seeth a pot, and the face thereof is toward the north. Then said Yahuwah unto me, out of the north an evil shall break forth upon all the inhabitants of the land. For lo, I will call all the families of the kingdoms of the north, saith Yahuwah, and they shall come. And they shall set every one in his throne at the entering of the gates of Jerusalem, and against all the walls thereof round about, and against all the cities of Judah. And I will utter my judgments against them, touching all their wickedness, who have forsaken me, and have burned incense unto other gods, and worshipped the works of their own hands. Thou therefore gird up thy loins, and arise, and speak unto them all that I command thee. Be not dismayed, for behold, I have made thee this day a defenced city, and an iron pillar, and brazen walls against the whole land, against the kings of Judah, against the princes thereof, against the priests thereof, and against the people of the land. And they shall fight against thee, but they shall not prevail against thee, for I am with thee, saith Yahuwah, to deliver thee. Now mind you, Jeremiah has now been activated by Yah, because the people are acting a plumb fool. When they don't keep Yahuwah's Torah, they don't keep his commands, the laws of the land, and how they're supposed to treat one another. And the priest is turned away and they acting a fool. The king is acting a fool. Now he got to send the prophets. He said, listen, and I'm preparing a city to come here against my people, against all the land of Judah and Jerusalem, because the people is acting a fool. He said, but I'm going to give them another chance. I'm about to send you to tell them what I'm going to do if they don't turn from doing all these detestable, disgusting things that I commanded them not to do. That's when the prophets come on the scene. Y'all remember that? When they completely just go tone deaf and they can't hear and they can't see, Yahuwah sends the prophets to wake them up, you know? Okay. Jeremiah chapter 2. Moreover, the word of Yahuwah came to me, saying, Go and cry in the ears of Jerusalem, saying, Thus saith Yahuwah, I remember thee, the kindness of thy youth, the love of thine espousals, when thou wentest after me in the wilderness, in a land that was not sown. Israel was holiness unto Yahuwah, and the first fruits of his increase. All that devour him shall offend. Evil shall come upon them, saith Yahuwah. Hear the word of Yahuwah, O house of Jacob, and all the families of the house of Israel. He reminded him at first how they were at first faithful to him. He said, now all of you listen. It's like he calling a family meeting. Everybody, come on, everybody, let's go. Verse 5. Thus saith Yahuwah, what iniquity have your fathers found in me, that they are gone far from me, and have walked after vanity, and are become vain? Neither said they, Where is Yahuwah that brought us up out of the land of Egypt, that led us through the wilderness, through the land of deserts, and of pits, and through the land of drought, and of the shadow of death, through a land that no man passeth through, and where no man dwelt? And I brought you into a plentiful country, to eat the fruit thereof, and the goodness thereof. But when ye entered, ye defiled my land, and made my heritage an abomination. The priest said not, Where is Yahuwah? And they that handled the law knew me not. The pastors also transgressed against me, and the prophets prophesied by Baal, and walked after things that do not profit. Wherefore I will yet plead with you, saith Yahuwah, and with your children's children will I plead. He said, listen, I'm giving you another chance. He said, I'll forget all of this. I'm pleading with you. Like Jeremiah is here. Like when prophets show up, like your heart better start beating fast and really, why are you here? Like why are like seriously, like when you see the prophets show up, like literally you should piss on yourself. Because it's serious. Like literally, this is your last chance to get it right, whatever it is that you was getting wrong. I'll read verse 9 again. Wherefore I will yet plead with you, saith Yahuwah, and with your children's children will I plead. For pass over the isles of Chittim and see, and send unto Kedar, and consider diligently, and see if there be such a thing. Hath a nation changed their gods, which are yet no gods? But my people have changed their glory for that which doth not profit. Be astonished, O heavens, at this, and be horribly afraid. Be ye very desolate, saith Yahuwah. For my people have committed two evils. They have forsaken me, the fountain of living waters, and they have hewn for them out cisterns, broken cisterns that can hold no water. He said, you exchanged a living God for a God you made with your own hands, and your product is crap. It can't even hold water. Is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled? Like you are spoiled. You are spoiled milk. And what we do with spoiled milk, either we're going to throw it out or we're going to churn it into cheese. The young lions, not that I preach, the young lions roared upon him and yelled, and they made his land waste. His cities are burned without inhabitant. Also the children of Naph and Tappanes have broken the crown of thy head. Hast thou not procured this unto thyself, and that thou hast forsaken Yahuwah thy God when he led thee by the way? And now what hast thou to do in the way of Egypt, to drink the waters of Sihor? Or what hast thou to do in the way of Assyria, to drink the waters of the river? Thine own wickedness shall correct thee, and thy backsliding shall reprove thee. Know therefore and see that it is an evil thing and bitter that thou hast forsaken Yahuwah thy God, and that my fear is not in thee, saith Yahuwah the God of hosts. For of old time I have broken thy yoke, and burst thy bands, and thou said, I will not transgress. When upon every high hill and under every green tree thou hast wandered, playing the harlot, yet I had planted a noble vine, holy, a right seed. How then art thou turned into the degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me? Yet, hold on. I was about to read it again. Verse 22. For though thou wash thee with nitre, and take thee much soap, yet thine iniquity is marked before me, saith Yahuwah. How canst thou say, I am not polluted? I have not gone after Baalim. Baalim is gods. Baal is like one god. Baalim is multiple gods. It's just like the plural of Baal. See thy way in the valley. Know what thou hast done. Thou art a swift dromedary, transversing her ways. A wild ass used to the wilderness. A wild ass used to the wilderness, that snuffed up the wind at her pleasure. In her occasion, who can turn her away? All they that seek her will not weary themselves. In her month they shall find her. Withhold thy foot from being unshod, and thy throat from thirst. But thou sayest, there is no hope. No, for I have loved strangers, and after them I will go. As the thief is ashamed when he is found, so is the house of Israel ashamed. They, their kings, their princes, their priests, and their prophets, saying to a stock, thou art my father, and to a stone, thou hast brought me forth. They have turned their back to me, and not their face, but in the time of their trouble they will say, arise and save us. Let me read that again. Saying to a stock or a piece of wood, something without life, he said, you turn to these things, saying, thou art my father, and to a stone thou hast brought me forth. For they have turned their back to me, and not their face. But in the time of their trouble they will say, arise and save us. He said, all this time, he said, you talking to your gods that you've made, but when you get in trouble, now you want to come talk to me. And when you get in trouble, you had hard times. Now you want to come talk to me now, right? Verse 28. But where are thy gods that thou hast made thee? Let them arise if they can save thee in the time of thy trouble. For according to the number of thy cities are thy gods, O Judah. He said, you got more gods than you got cities in this place. Wherefore will ye plead with me? Ye all have transgressed against me, saith Yahuwah. In vain I have smitten your children. They receive no correction. Your own sword have devoured your prophets like a destroying lion. O generation, see ye the word of Yahuwah. Have I been a wilderness unto Israel, a land of darkness? Wherefore my people say, we are lords, we will come no more unto thee. Can a maid forget her ornaments, or a bride her attire? Yet my people have forgotten me days without number. Why trimmest thou thy way to seek love? Therefore hast thou also taught the wicked ones thy ways. Like he said, you were teaching the wicked how to be even more wicked. Like, how can you teach a wicked person to be more wicked? Like, how a person who should be righteous teaches the wicked to be more wicked. Like, an example. And I know this is beating a dead horse, but just to give you a good example, like you have people in the Bible. Let me make sure I word this right. Okay, let's just say, like, you got people in the church that are like in a pulpit, not just people in the pulpit, just like people in general who claim to love Yah. Like, remember how I said that they're doing wicked, filthy things behind closed doors? Like, you do these things, especially if you have children or friends that you hang around a lot that really know your life or whatever, that know you really ain't about nothing, that you put on the show for real, when you get around the other saints or whatever, the other believers. Like, you teach them ways to be devious by your own lifestyle. They watch, we can do that. And they watching to see if you get struck by lightning. Now, some of them, if they got good sense, they going to separate themselves from you. You know, but other than like, you get away with that. Especially their heart is already bent on being wicked. They going to see you as a point of reference where they can come get some wicked wisdom from to teach them how to be more wicked. Can a maid, I read 32 again, can a maid forget her ornaments, or a bride her attire? Yet my people have forgotten me days without number. Why trimmest thou the way to seek love? Therefore hast thou also taught the wicked ones thy ways. Also in thy skirts is found the blood of the souls of the poor innocents. I have not found it by secret search, but upon all these. Yet thou sayest, because I am innocent, surely his anger shall turn from me. Behold, I will plead with thee, because thou sayest, I have not sinned. Why gaddest thou so much to change thy way? Thou also shalt be ashamed of Egypt, as thou was ashamed of Assyria. Yea, thou shalt go forth from him, and thine hands upon thy head, for Yahuwah hath rejected thy confidence, and thou shalt not prosper in them. Yeah, wicked wisdom. Okay, y'all, last chapter for today. Jeremiah chapter 3. They say, if a man put away his wife, and she go from him and become another man's, shall he return unto her again? Shall not that land be greatly polluted? Now, mind you, let's talk about something. Let's go all the way back when we was in Leviticus. Like I said, if you're really familiar with it, when Yahuwah brings this out or the prophets are saying something, you immediately pick it up. Yep, that's in the law, but we ain't supposed to do that. What is y'all doing? Yeah, you know. But when it talks about marriage, if you divorce your spouse and you go marry somebody else, you cannot like saying y'all don't work out and you decide to go back to that person. You cannot do that, because you will be defiling yourself and you will be defiling him or her. Now you can go marry somebody else, but if you do that what happens is, I think it's without getting into a whole lesson here, you can't go back and marry somebody that you previously married after you've married somebody else, because now we need to sit here and think about, why did you all get divorced in the first place? Like, was it convenient so you can go out here and do what you wanted to do, or you decided just not to take the time to work through the issues? Now you cannot go back here. It's a whole teaching, but you get the point, right? Okay, I read that again. I was in verse 1, so I just read it over again. They say, if a man put away his wife, and she go from him and become another man's, shall he return unto her again? Shall not that land be greatly polluted? But thou hast played the harlot with many lovers, yet return again unto me, saith Yahuwah. Lift up thine eyes unto the high places. It's like you want to go away and do what you want to do for a while, then come back to me when you done. He said, you have had many lovers. Lift up thine eyes unto the high places and see where thou hast not been lying. Listen to this. Lift up thine... I wish I was reading this in the NLT version. Lift up thine eyes unto the high places and see where thou hast not been lying with. He said, you done laid in every bed. Every bed. And when we're talking about this, he's talking about worshiping multiple gods. Remember, the high places are altars. He said, you have lain upon every one of these high places, like you've been in everybody's bed. But thou hast played the harlot with many lovers, yet return again unto me, saith Yahuwah. Lift up thine eyes into the high places and see where thou hast not been lain with. In the ways hast thou set for them, as the Arabian in the wilderness, and thou hast polluted the land with thy whoredoms and with thy wickedness. Therefore the showers have been withheld, and there hath been no latter rain, and thou hast had a whore's forehead. Thou refusest to be ashamed. Just let that sink in, right? Every time I read this, thou hast had a whore's forehead, worshiping multiple gods, and like you're not ashamed about this at all. Will thou not come from this time and cry unto me, my father? Thou art the guide of my youth. Will he reserve his anger forever? Will he keep it to the end? Behold, thou hast spoken and done evil things as thou couldest. Yahuwah said also unto me in the days of Josiah the king, hast thou seen that which backsliding Israel hath done? She is gone up upon every high mountain and under every green tree, and there hath played the harlot. And I said, after she had done these things, turn thou unto me, but she returned not. And her treacherous sister Judah saw it. And I saw, when for all the causes whereby backsliding Israel committed adultery, I had put her away, and given her a bill of divorce. Yet her treacherous sister Judah feared not, but went and played the harlot also. Like, none of y'all, like, you have no fear whatsoever. And it came to pass through the likeness of her whoredom that she defiled the land and committed adultery with stones and with stocks. Like, you are worshiping God. Like, you cheating on me for something that doesn't even have breath. And yet for all this, her treacherous sister Judah hath not turned unto me with her whole heart, but faintly, saith Yahuwah. Like, she slightly turned her heart, but she wasn't completely faithful. Like, she still wandered and lusted after other gods. And Yahuwah said unto me, the backsliding Israel hath justified herself more than treacherous Judah. Go and proclaim these words toward the north, and say, Return, thou backsliding Israel, saith Yahuwah, and I will not cause my anger to fall upon you. For I am merciful, saith Yahuwah, and I will not keep anger forever. Only acknowledge thine iniquity, that thou hast transgressed against me, thy God, and hast scattered thy ways to strangers under every green tree, and ye have not obeyed my voice, said Yahuwah. Turn, O backsliding children, saith Yahuwah, for I am married unto you, and I will take you, one of a city, and two of a family, and I will bring you to Zion, and I will give you pastors according to mine heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. And it shall come to pass, when ye be multiplied and increased in the land, in those days, saith Yahuwah, they shall say no more, the ark of the covenant of Yahuwah, neither shall it come to mind, neither shall they remember it, neither shall they visit it, neither shall that be done any more. At that time they shall call Jerusalem the throne of Yahuwah, and all the nations shall be gathered unto it, and the name of Yahuwah, and all the nations shall be gathered unto it, to the name of Yahuwah, to Jerusalem. Neither shall they walk any more after the imagination of their evil heart. In those days, the house of Judah shall walk with the house of Israel, and they shall come together out of the land of the north, to the land that I have given for an inheritance unto your fathers. But I said, how shall I put thee among the children, and give thee a pleasant land, a goodly heritage of the host of nations? And I said, thou shalt call me my father, and shall not turn away from me. Surely, as a wife treacherously departeth from her husband, so have ye dealt treacherously with me, O house of Israel, saith Yahuwah. A voice was heard upon the high places, weeping, and supplications of the children of Israel, for they have perverted their way, and they have forgotten Yahuwah their God. Return, ye backsliding children, and I will heal your backslidings. Behold, we come unto thee, for thou art Yahuwah our God. Truly in vain is salvation hoped for from the hills, and from the multitude of mountains. Truly in Yahuwah our God is the salvation of Israel. Truly in Yahuwah our God is the salvation of Israel. For shame hath devoured the labor of our fathers from our youth, their flocks and their herds, their sons and their daughters. We lie down in our shame, and our confusion covereth us. For we have sinned against Yahuwah our God, we and our fathers, from our youth even unto this day, and have not obeyed the voice of Yahuwah our God. I'm sorry, Tylane, I just saw that we were reading Jeremiah chapter 3, and that, my beautiful people, is our reading for today. We are done. That was Jeremiah chapter 1, chapter 2, and chapter 3. All right, y'all remember we read 3 chapters a day. So I know you came in late, Tylane, so you know it's kind of, I said it at the beginning. All right, y'all. So, but I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you missed it, go back and reread it, or watch the video when it's posted, or turn on the Bible app and listen to it, whatever. Just get it in you. Get familiar with it. Learn what it says. All right, y'all. So let's go ahead and do the blessing, so we can go ahead and do what we need to do today. Numbers chapter 6, verses 22 through 27. And Yahuwah spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto Aaron and unto his sons, saying, On this On this wise ye shall bless the children of Israel, saying unto them, May Yahuwah bless us and keep us. May Yahuwah make his face to shine upon us and be gracious unto us. May Yahuwah lift up his countenance upon us and give us his peace. And they shall put my name upon the children of Israel, and I will bless them. All right, beautiful people, I love you. And I will see you Monday morning because we rest tomorrow. Peace.